welcome is, in the life of the church, an overused phrase. Too often these words are spoken without the intentional hard work of bringing about their possibility. There are moments where, in our desire to be welcoming, we project onto people our expectation of their needs. I once undertook a significant reordering of a church building, and as part of the project, a ramp slope was put in to provide access to a wider area of our building. The carpenter couldn't quite get the angle right with the reclaimed wood that he was using, so he finished it off, the nice gentle slope, with a steeper section. Now, to the able-bodied eye, you didn't really notice it. One of my PCC members who was managing the project couldn't see the problem with it, since he was looking at the problem while thinking of the parents with pushchairs who would just bash past this bit of the slope. Now, on the fringes of our church community, we had a young woman who used a manual wheelchair. She spoke to me of the difficulty this small, steep section created for her. When going up, the force that was needed to propel her up destabilised her balance. And when coming down, it created a level of speed that was in danger of flinging her into the wall. We thought we were creating a welcoming space of access, when in reality, we were projecting a solution onto a whole demographic of our community. Needless to say, the carpenter was called back. Welcome goes beyond our words to reshaping our community so that they don't create barriers of access. These can be physical barriers, psychological barriers, barriers created by our words or attitudes, and barriers of just not trying to see the world through the eyes of someone who's not like us. If your church congregation doesn't reflect your community, ask yourself why. In what way do you signpost to the best parking spaces for people with children? Do you distribute communion in a place and way that allows access for all to approach God's grace? Do you think about the language of the hymns you choose, which might talk about us all being sons of God, when quite frankly, some of us are not sons? Everyday obstacles, intentional and unintentional, leave marginalised groups feeling uncomfortable. It's interesting to read in the Gospels how Jesus overcame this, calling Zacchaeus the tax collector down so that he could eat with him in his own home, meeting the woman at the well to drink of the water she offered, and in return offering her the water of life, rebuking the disciples so that the children had access to him. Time and again, Jesus engaged in conversation, and he met people where they were at, adjusting his disciples' expectations as they went. I wonder what assumptions and attitudes God is opening your eyes up to, so that your church community can be a place of explicit welcome.